P-O-S-T.
P-O-S-T. Post. The cereals you like the most brings you the Roy Rogers Show, starring the king of the cowboys himself, Roy Rogers.
It's roundup
Time on the double R bar. So saddle your horse, stuff is on a right bar.
The Double R Bar Ranch transcribed stories and songs of the real West with the Whippoorwills, the wisest trail scout of them all, Jonah Wild, played by Forrest Lewis, the Queen of the West, Dale Evans, and in person, the king of the cowboys, Roy Rogers.
Well, howdy, folks. This is Roy Rogers. All set for a good breakfast in the morning, buckaroos? You are if Mom keeps that Post cereal shelf filled, because there's nothing like Post cereals to start the day off right. You know, you can always count on anything bearing the brand name Post. Well, sir, we've been told that Lee Burlough and his gang are operating all around our territory. But so far, they haven't dared hit Mineral City. And things are pretty quiet here right now.
Not every day your bank deals in sums as big as this, eh, Mr. Pratt?
It's a lot of money, Pete.
$4,250. Ma and I done real well to save that much in our lifetime, considering everything.
Yeah, we'll count it out now.
I'd sometimes put a dollar away when there were so many things we'd like to have had. But we're happy we did now. I'm meeting Ma at the real estate office. We're buying us a little house in a few acres. The old Robinson place. You probably know it.
Yeah.
I figure what with the garden we raise and the odd jobs I can get, we'll have a real comfortable old age. Been a long time coming, but it's here now.
There you are. $4,250.
Golly. Oh, lad. It scares me. Well, now to start us a new life. Good day, Mr. Pratt.
Peter Nicholas picks up his money and walks toward the door of the bank. His steps are slow with the weight of old age. His shoulders are stooped from long years of hard work. But his lined face radiates a light of happy hope. Nodding a friendly greeting to a man entering the bank, Pete steps outside. Almost instantly, a group of horsemen emerge from around the corner at the end of the street. Ride straight for the bank. Suddenly, Pete finds himself directly in the path of plunging hooves. The horsemen are riding the old man down. He falls. One of the men leaps from his horse, grabs Pete's money, and the gang continues on its way. Peter Nicholas lies in the dust of the street where he has fallen, sobbing hopelessly. His money is gone. The money he and Ma put by dollar over 40 years' time. With it went their dream of a peaceful, unharried old age. Townspeople are running toward the bank. Among them is the sheriff. Here comes Roy Rogers, Dale Evans, and Jonah, too.
Get back here. Stand aside. Let's find out what happened.
Pete, are you all right?
Oh, he's hurt, Roy.
Here, let me help you up. Them no good polecats running a man down.
Pete had just drawn out his life savings, Roy. He was on his way to the real estate office to buy that old Robinson place so he could retire.
We'll get your money back. That's a promise, Pete.
How many of you men will volunteer to ride a posse?
You'll be wasting your time. It was Lee Burlough and his gang got my money.
Are you sure?
I recognized him. He lead his gang to their secret hideout. Nobody's ever been able to find it. Law's been trying for months, and...
Sheriff, you and the posse trailed Burlough direct. His hideout's located near Hard Rock somewhere. Dale and Jonah and I will do some investigating over there, and maybe we'll dig out enough information to know where these rattlers hole up.
You let me ride with you, Roy. Them all want me to be fighting.
Okay, Pete. And this time we'll put an end to Burlough's gang. We'll find the hideout, or the sheriff and his posse will track them down. That's for sure.
After a full day's ride, Roy, Dale, and Jonah and the gentle old man have crossed the mountains and are entering Hard Rock, a dusty, ramshackle little town. Few strangers come here, for Hard Rock has only one business: protecting men who follow the Owl Hoot Trail, supplying them with a safe place in which to hide or celebrate. Strangers are not wanted.
Let's tie up here.
Hey, it looks like a fine souvenir shop up at the end of the street.
Where?
All right. Yeah, the building with the old Dutch windmill on top.
You'll get a souvenir there, all right.
That place is the Grinding Wheel, one of the most notorious hangouts in the country.
Well, they don't sell silver spoons engraved with pictures of the town or bric-a-brac or nothing like that, do they?
I'm afraid not, Jonah. Hey, wait. Stay here a minute. I don't know whether you noticed or not, but see that hombre getting off his horse up ahead?
Yeah.
No bric-a-brac.
We passed him just before we got into town.
Big disappointment.
How'd you get up there, then?
He must have turned around and rode for all he was worth to get ahead of us. He may be a lookout stationed to give warning when strangers come into town.
Fine town, this is.
He's heading for the Grinding Wheel, Roy.
That means he is a lookout. And he's going to announce we're here.
What's our next move?
You and Pete head on over to the hotel. The manager's a friend of mine. Ask him to let you go up on the roof and watch the trails leading into town.
See if we can spot Burlough's gang, huh?
The minute you see any riders moving in from the mountains, let me know.
Well, where'll you be?
At the Grinding Wheel. We're going to have to bluff it through now that we're here. Jonah and I will inquire for Burlough and see what happens.
Hey, the windmill on the roof started turning, Roy.
I see it. I don't like the looks of things, Jonah.
Me neither. Heck of a town that don't sell bric-a-brac.
Well, let's see what kind of luck we have.
Say, these fellers in here look as if they didn't know whether it was raining or Tuesday. And what's more, I don't believe they'd give a what do you have.
Just take the lead from me, Jonah.
Roy, about a week more and I can have the book I'm writing all finished, if I live. So be careful, won't you?
This is Andy Sales coming towards us. The boss, I think.
He's bigger than a load of hay, ain't he?
Yeah.
Maybe I ought to warn you, gents, that nobody comes in here except by invitation.
We're looking for a man named Burlough. Got any idea where we can find him?
He ain't here.
I ask where we can find him.
You don't want to find him. You want to get out of here.
Oh, if Dorothy May could see me now.
Now go on. Start moving.
Watch who you're shoving, Sales.
Roy pushes Sales hard. The man stumbles backward, grabbing for his gun. He regains his balance, faces Roy, gun in hand.
Pinky, fight. Outside, do that job. Now, Rogers, I'm going to be big-hearted. I'm going to have you taken back across the mountains. I'd advise you to go peaceable, because if there's any fuss...
Sales has come up to Roy, his swarthy, leering face is close to Roy's own.
If there's any fuss at all, we'll shoot to kill.
Roy's fist catches Andy Sales squarely on the jaw. Then, before Sales can recover, another. And another. Sales' big body wavers, crumples to the floor.
Throw your gun, Jonah. Stand back. The first man who makes a move gets hurt.
And what's more, he'll stay hurt.
One of you men, you there. You locked the door after we came in. Now open it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Rogers. Yes, sir.
Time to leave here, Jonah.
Yeah, shoots me.
For your benefit, Sales, we're staying in town till we find Burlough. Make something of it if you can.
Polecat could be running a nice bric-a-brac store instead of a joint like this.
Come on, get that door open.
Yes, sir, Mr. Rogers. It's coming right now, sir. I'll have it. There.
Come on, Jonah.
Polecat.
Walk down the street toward the hotel.
Well, what was you in such a all-fired hurry to get out of there for, Roy? We had him.
Yeah, but before we got him, Sales sent two of his men outside. Told him to go do some job.
Yeah, I heard that.
That job may have been to get Dale. We know they spotted us riding into town. They might know. Hey, there she is, motioning for us to hurry.
Convolution.
Trouble can happen fast here. This is Burlough's home ground. Anything goes to keep outlaws protected.
There they are, Roy. The mountain trail.
I see him, Dale.
They're riding away, though. Maybe it ain't Burlough's gang.
It is all right. When we first come up here, they was heading this direction.
Yes, sir. It was just as though they'd gotten a signal, Roy.
Maybe they did get a signal from some of the rattlers Jonah and I met up with. Pete, you wanted to help. Now's your chance.
Just say the word, Roy.
I want you to get on your horse and find the sheriff.
What?
We'll be able to see you past the outskirts, and if they try to stop you, it'll be between here and there.
Yeah, I'll hurry.
Good luck.
Oh, he's a real nice fella, and I hope we get his money back, but we'll never do it as long as the sheriff is mixed up in things.
Now, just because the sheriff has beaten your time with Dorothy May is no
They're
reason...
beating whose time? Well, I say, there ain't nothing between Dorothy May and me except pure business.
Oh, sure.
Well, sure, she's typing the book I'm writing, that's all.
Now, Pete's downstairs. Keep a sharp watch now. We can't let anything happen to him.
Maybe we should have gone ourselves, Roy.
Pooh on the sheriff. You say pooh, pooh, pooh.
No, because as soon as Pete's on his way safe, we've got to find out how signals are sent to Burlough's gang, and then send some signals ourselves inviting them to come back.
That's a good idea.
If we can time it right, they'll run right into the sheriff's arms. If not, we may have to handle them alone.
If you could spend a day around a ranch, like the Double R Bar, know what you'd find? The most important meal of the day is breakfast. Yes, sir, that's the meal that gets everyone up, on his toes, ready to tackle anything. And you can bet you'd find Post Sugar Crisp on the breakfast table, ready for anyone who wants a really delicious cereal treat. That wholesome sugar and honey-coated puffed wheat helps start any day off right. How folks love a great big bowl full of it with just milk or cream. No sugar needed. It's already sweet. Of course, Post Sugar Crisp is a wonderful treat to keep handy all day long because it's a perfect snack between meals, too. And you can also dig right into the package, scoop up a handful as is, and eat it like candy. No matter how you have it or when, Post Sugar Crisp is fun to eat. You try it. Get Post Sugar Crisp in the giant or regular-sized package with the 3 little bears on the front.
Roy, Dale, and Jonah wait on the roof of the hotel in Hard Rock, watching the road that leads out of town. Pete Nicholas is to travel that road alone in an effort to get out of town and locate the sheriff's posse. While Pete is gone, Roy hopes to discover how messages are sent to Burlough's gang in the mountains, and then set up a trap to bring them into town. But first, Pete must get away safely.
There. He's out of the hotel.
Yeah. Say, Roy, how long are we going to have to wait after Pete is safe before we go into action?
Oh, probably about an hour. We want to have the sheriff get here ahead of Burlough, but not too far ahead, or word might leak out.
Sheriff. Pooh.
Keep your mind on the business at hand.
We will.
Well, what did Dorothy May see in an old feller like him?
Old fella like who?
The sheriff. You're bound and determined to say he's beating my time with Dorothy May, and it ain't no such.
Did you find out for sure the sheriff was calling on her the night she wouldn't let you in?
Well, I kind of hinted to her that it was. But instead of answering me direct, she just flicked some dust off of my lapels and smiled that there fetch-me-sandwich smile and says in her smooth voice, Dale, when she coos at you with that smooth voice, I feel just like somebody is rubbing my back with a handful of pussy willies.
Oh, Jonah. Well, go on. What did she say in her smooth voice?
Yeah. Well, she says, Jonah, I don't believe I ever met a man as strong as you are.
Oh.
Say, Pete's going to make it all right.
Just a couple of jumps more and he hits the mountain trail, Roy.
Dorothy May was changing the subject, you see. I said she was changing the subject. And that might work with a fathead like the sheriff, but it didn't work with me. No, sir, I investigated.
Is that what you were doing when you disappeared yesterday afternoon?
Yeah. I timed myself, you see, so I got to the school just before school was out. And I hid behind one of the trees in the front yard. Well, they come out carrying that new camera that somebody gave Dorothy May, and they stopped right under the tree that I was hiding behind. She'd snap his picture while he giggled, and then he'd snap hers while she giggled. Oh, man, I had to have the feel of iron to stay where I was that day.
Well, what are you going to do about it? Anything?
Well, first time I catch a sheriff without his badge, I'm going to hit him on his fat nose. But first, I'm going to beat his time and play Dorothy May along until she ain't good for nothing but to sit at the window and sigh for me. Man, I'm going to pull my fast one.
What's the fast one?
Well, by that time, she'll have my book typed, and I'll walk through her door, and I'll never come back. I say, I'll never come back. I'll be on my way to a big town where I can cut a wide swath.
Oh, Jonah, that's about
And then she won't have nothing to do evenings except correct examination papers and buffer nails.
Jonah, you're a mighty heartless man.
Pete's hit the mountain trails, Roy.
Yeah, I know. But we'll stay right here for an hour or so. And where we can see what goes on in town, then we'll start work in earnest. We won't go in the grinding wheel. We'll wait in the doorway next door.
We understand, Roy.
And nab the first man who comes out of the grinding wheel and see if we can persuade him to talk.
Oh, by talking, you mean tell how signals are sent to Burlough's gang.